So a quick rundown of what I took and what I used and what I didn't use. Started with the Hartmann throne, but took it off after the first day because I didn't really care that much. I was riding with power, although that ran out on day 4, and I didn't have a battery charger for the power. I had a load of cables. I did count them out and decide which ones I needed and stuff and put them in different bags. I had spare button batteries and spare AA batteries. This was all in my bag, bike bag. A spare like emergency rear light. Oh, what's that hanging there? Oh look, there's a medal. I had a Garmin 530 for recording purposes and a Wahoo Roam V2, Roam for navigation purposes because I like the maps on that, but it's not reliable enough to record long rides, so I use that for recording, and it gave me a backup as well. In each drop bag I had 2 batteries and some sleeping stuff. 2 big battery packs, sorry. These are 10,000. These ones claim to be something ridiculous like 19,000 milliamperes, but they were there to charge up lights and stuff overnight if I needed to. I didn't actually use them that much when I got to the drop bags because on the bike I also had 2 more battery packs and a plug charger, like a 4-way plug charger. Couldn't rely on these being available to plug in, but I did get it plugged in a few places. So what I was doing was charging the GPS on the way while I was riding, like plugging it in all the time basically. The Garmin was on energy saver mode, so it didn't have the screen on because it was only doing the recording. And I managed to record the whole ride in one go. The Roam was using a bit more power because it was navigating and had the backlight on when it was the night time. Toothbrush, toothpaste, very important every time you stop. I had loads of electrolyte tabs, which were quite important, especially for the latter half of the week. These are mostly half empty now. I had these in my drop bag. I had 2 of these in each drop bag, and I started with 2 in my pocket. So I went through, these are about half empty. That one's empty, that one's half empty, that one's empty. So I probably went through 5 or 6 tubes of that through the week. I had a couple of big bags of food in each drop bag. One of these big bags of like stuff to refill my food on the bike, as well as a bag of, which are gone now, a bag of Jelly Babies and Haribos and stuff like that. That avoided me having to go shopping for stuff as I went. I had an emergency bivy bag. No, that's not a bivy bag, that's a foil blanket. I didn't have a bivy bag in the end because it looked like it was going to be so hot that even a bivy bag wasn't going to be necessary, but if I was stuck. I took a lock, didn't use it. And then in my toolkit I had, oh look, more charging. Oh yeah, because I did take a Di2 charger, which I needed because Di2, it seems, lasts about 1,000 miles before it dies. No, 1,000 kilometres before it dies. Let's see what we've got in here. That was my, I took my quad lock thing in case I needed to revert to phone at any time. I didn't, so that was okay. That was my Ready Reckoner quick guide to what was on the route, which actually worked quite well. I would probably add elevation instead of cumulative distance next time, but I had my cut-off times, original cut-off times, because I was trying to use them rather than be lulled into a false sense of security by a more generous time with 2 hours extra added. But yeah, that kept me on track through the course of the week. What else did I take? Oh, bottles. I had 2 bottles. One of those and one of those. Annoyingly, so the back one was 720 ml and this one's 500 ml. Annoyingly, the big ones don't fit with the frame bag, which I've got, so I might have changed that. But frame bag, this one had battery, spare light, so I had two lights that are the same, or very similar, like a cheaper version of the same thing. But they basically, one was working and one was charging at any time if I needed it. Top tube had sweets, emergency, oh look, the only caffeine gel that I took through the course of the week. Yeah, sweets were in there, and that's it. Oh, and then my big bag on the back, which is a Topeak backloader, the biggest one they do, I think. It's quite, yeah, backlights were 2 similar but different. Moon, that's a Moon Gemini, and that's a Moon Aurora or something. What's it called? I can't remember. Comet, sorry. Comet and Gemini. They were perfectly fine, last for ages. One could be charging if the other one wasn't. I took this as again, I had 2 emergency rear lights just in case something went wrong, but didn't need them in the end. Right, let's get into this toolkit. So I had stuff I didn't need. Didn't touch the toolkit at all apart from the Di2 charger. So I had a Leatherman pump, various cable ties. That is the specific Allen key that I need to open the Di2 flap on my A-Road. That is a Topeak Alien. That is a spare set of disc pads and a quick link. That is a little bottle of lube. On Amit's, given all of Amit's moaning, I decided to switch from wax to wet lube for the course of this ride, and actually it made a lot of sense. So thanks Amit again for the tips, because it meant I put some Fenwick Stealth on at the start of the ride, and I didn't have to touch it for the rest of it. Puncture repair kit. So I was running tubeless, but I had a spare tube just in case, and I had some CO2, some patches, and a tubeless dart repair thing from Stans. What else is in there? Not a lot. Oh, spare derailleur hanger, of course. You all have one of those in your bike bag, don't you? You never go anywhere without one, do you? No, you don't. And then this was my little charging bag. So this had, on the bike, charging pack, all the cables I needed. Annoyingly, the only thing that's wrong with the exposure lights is they have their own special cable for charging, but it does charge pretty quick. Oh yeah, and I had a spare front light as well, which is a Lezyne 800 XL. That was my backup front light, which I didn't need. So that's the audit. Here's my drawer. Oh, the most important one, one of the most important things, silk sleeping bag liner was great. Yeah, made it warm without having to sleep on the horrible, the sort of fairly rough blankets which were provided. Scottish flag I didn't take with me, but I did have it given to me at the end, which was quite fun. What else did I have in the? Oh, this was the back bag. I had things that I didn't use. This was this. Yeah, I took loads of buff, or a couple of buffs, which, given the weather, didn't need. A bit of rainbow ribbon, just in case I need to tie anything up. I had a long sleeve jersey, which I didn't use at all. I had knee warmers, which I didn't use at all. I had an extra merino layer, which I didn't use at all, and I had a puffer. So amazed all that fitted in the back bag, but it did. I had my trusty Gore Shake Dry long sleeve rain jacket. It didn't rain any time, but it did. I did put that on for nighttime riding. and I took my snazzy LEL 2022 gilet for on top of that because it was extra visible. And then as the light grew and the warmth grew, I took those layers off in turn through the course of the night. Yeah, this is the battery pack that I was using to charge the lights and GPS at the front. A right angled USB, which is quite important because things point in different directions at the front of your bike. Look at that unused packet of Pro Plus. I think I took one in the whole ride. One caffeine gel and one Pro Plus. Must have come out of the other packet. Oh yeah, and the all important anti-chafing gel. So that's it. Kit check, post ride audit. Remember for next time. Hope it's helpful.